Welcome to Wild Card Network. I'm here with the head coach, Philip Rivers, in the Rusty Coles Fieldhouse. How are you doing, Coach?
Good, Maddox.
We had an exciting week last week against Orange Beach. You go into their place, their new facility. Just kind of talk about the atmosphere of that game and how it felt playing.
Yeah, no, so it's a heck of a facility to say the least. I think the game went about how we expected it to go. You guys handle business, and we knew it was their last game of the year. We didn't want to give them any life early, and we weren't super sharp early, but D was playing really, really well, and then once we got clicking on offense, we were going pretty good. So it was all in all, it was a good night. Finished undefeated in the region, and it was good to go down. Always good to beat those guys.
Yes, sir. And kind of talk about the feeling of the very first time ever in school history, and also since you've been the coach here of going undefeated in the region, and kind of the importance of that. Just how.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, it's a heck of an accomplishment. I mean, we talk about championship starting the region, and we got Region 1 locked up well before we were undefeated in the region. But you look at our region, and Jackson, Mobile Christian, W.S. Neal, and then you still got to make sure you finish off, Orange Beach and Escambia and Satsuma. So, really good job of us handling our business in the region, and we've handled all our non-region games. Now we got one to go to finish that perfect regular season. So, that's a heck of an accomplishment, and we'll be a first as well. But we're going to have our work cut out for us. I think you guys, I know our players know the type of program and the respect we have for UMS, and it's going to be a heck of a football game.
Yes, sir. And, we talk about locking up the region and everything, and, with the ability with that, we also get the ability to host a lot of home games for the playoffs and stuff. Can I talk about, the importance of being able to play at home and not having to travel all the way up to Birmingham or Hanley or –
Yeah, no, we found that out, a couple years ago, having to be in the 4 seed and going to Hanley in round 1, and what a tough trip that was. Not only are you going 4 hours to the middle of nowhere, you're also playing against a 1 seed in another region, which we got our eyes open real quick. Then last year we finished as a 2, and we get to host Hanley in the first round. So that was a big difference. And I think we all felt that. Obviously, then we had to become road warriors the rest of the way. But no, this year, the way it looks right now, obviously we're home in the first round for sure. And then it kind of depends on who wins in the teams that are across from us. So Booker T. Washington plays Pleasant Grove. So if Booker T. Washington wins, then we'll host Booker T. Washington in the second round if we take care of business against Pike County. If Pleasant Grove wins, we go back to Pleasant Grove. So we could have to go back depending on how it all shakes out. It's all based on travel. But as we know, you got to win to move on, and we'll play them as they come, and we'll be excited to continue to advance one game at a time.
Yes, sir. And now looking towards this week, tomorrow night we have the UMS game. It's a big state game. There's going to be a lot of people watching the game, a lot of different news, radio there. Can I talk about the importance and how fun it is to have that kind of atmosphere and love?
Yeah, I think again, anytime you can continue to get people on our campus and see what we're doing here is awesome, and so the more foot traffic you get on campus, the more people see what we're all about and see the new stadium and obviously the room we have to continue to grow as time goes. But no, it's awesome. You got WNSP here, the radio, and obviously they do a game of the week every week. You got the AHSAA here doing their state game of the week. You got all kind of different radios going, from both different teams, and then obviously you got our Wild Card Network broadcasting as they do each and every week. So you got a bunch of different avenues to watch this one, that's for sure. And certainly, I know there's people all across the state that watch that state game. It's kind of like what they do on Thursday nights, So it's good for our program too. We've gained some respect, obviously last year, and then this year, you go to Jackson and win, and you sit here at 9-0, ranked 1 in the state. There's people that are going to see what we're all about, and so it's fun. I think that just adds to the excitement of you guys. It's senior night. It's going to be a little chilly. Some of you guys don't like it cool. I think it's awesome because it feels like playoff football, and it's going to be a good test for us. It's one of those that there's no consequence, right? There's no like, oh shoot, what happens if we lose the game? Well, nothing. We got to go next week. But it would put a real sour taste in our mouth to get to the last game of the regular season and be undefeated and not finish it off.
Yes, sir. And this Thursday night tomorrow, it's senior night. So, talk about the senior class and, being able to coach them all throughout and how you view the senior class.
Yeah, no, it's a heck of a group. Obviously, you guys came to us as freshmen, but when I got here, these guys were 8th graders. When I first got to the school here, they were in 8th grade over there at Christ the King, St. Patrick's, all over. And then, obviously, having you guys since freshman year, seeing this group all the way through, didn't get in as 9th graders. We get in and go to Hanley and get smacked as 10th graders. We get in last year, host a playoff game and get a win, and then go on a run and make it to the semifinals. And then now here you are as seniors, and we're ranked number 1 in the state with a chance to make a run in the postseason and a chance to have an undefeated 10-0 season. So it's a heck of a group of seniors. It's a big group. Last year we talked so much about what a small group of seniors it was. Now you guys, it's the biggest group we've had. We have 4 senior linemen on the offensive line. 3 of our wideouts are seniors. Noah at tailback's a senior. Bryce and Marjay in the secondary are seniors. Throw Nick Russo in there as a senior. Keller and Crosby seniors. I hate to even start naming names because I know I'll leave somebody out. But it's just a heck of a group. It's a group that's won a lot of football games and it's gained a lot of experience. And I think I told you off air. Congrats to you playing in the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game. That's big time. That's a fun game. That I was a ball boy in that game actually because my dad coached in it when I was little. So, but that's a big time game. You're playing with the best dudes in the state against the best dudes in the state in Mississippi. I think we'll have some other guys playing another All-Star game here that hadn't been announced yet, and then it's just an exciting time. It's also a time I think that you look back and you go, man, we tell you how fast it's going to go, and you go, wow, it is a senior night. What do you mean? I remember when I was a 10th grader and I was watching those guys as seniors, and it goes fast. And you guys have done a heck of a job taking each opportunity, taking advantage of the opportunities, and you got. Hopefully, we got 6 left. Counting this senior night, and I know it'll be a special night for you seniors.
Yes, sir. And looking towards this UMS game, what do you think is going to be the biggest aspect in the game in terms of being able to get a win out?
Well, I think we got to manage defense. We got to handle their tempo. They go really fast, so we got to be able to be poised, get lined up, make sure everybody knows the call, and play good team defense and tackle and stop the run first, even though they will throw it quite a bit. And then offensively, we got to keep doing what we're doing. They got 2 really good inside linebackers, 10 and 14, and they do a lot of things on defense. They're a lot of real multiple defense, a lot of different fronts, a lot of different coverages. They mix it up how they operate. They're very well coached. It's a typical UMS team. I know Terry Curtis is one of the best ever that was there for a long time. And he's no longer there, but it looks like a UMS team. Coach Sam Williams is doing a heck of a job from a standpoint of the fundamentals and technique and the effort of which they play with. And so we're going to get their best shot. I think for them too, they're excited because they're going into the playoffs next week too, so they get a chance to play another opponent, a quality opponent. And we have families that know UMS people, and UMS went to UMS. I mean, it'll be a packed house, and I know you guys are looking forward to the challenge and see if we can find a way to get to 10-0.
Thank you for your time. You're watching the Wild Card Network here at the Racy Colts Fieldhouse.